All right, hey, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna be talking about why you should believe in astrology, and then before we really get into all that and all the technical stuff behind that, we have to really understand, why you need to understand why you believe in something, and I mean, there's really no other way to do it but jump into it, so let's do it. So why you should believe in something and why you should know why you should believe in something kind of goes with the whole deal of intention, right? Because if you intend to do something, you have a reason to do it, right? And that's pretty much answers the why. And the important part to knowing why this is cause if you don't know why you are doing something for you, it's kind of whose why is it then, and you really have to ask yourself, do I know why I'm doing this? And it really gets to be some bullshit and like a lot of tenuous work, and like you shouldn't feel about it like that, but at first it'll be like that. But you just like everything, you get used to it over time. But it's work because you have to know why you're doing things, and yeah, it goes into the whole concept of like just like consciously experiencing what you want. And oh, oh yeah, the freaking I'm getting sidetracked looking at the freaking posters behind me. Hell yeah, I watched Empire. That's just funny as hell. Oh man, freaking Cookie's always snapping and all that shit. I got the ear. I know what this song's like, and there's Superman in the back, but that's besides the point. So yeah, why you should know what you're doing, because basically, like, think about it, like, let's take school for example. Everybody's went to school, right? Why you're going to school and what you're learning there and all that stuff, right? But when you were 5 years old and your parents said, all right, you gotta go to kindergarten, did you question why they told you? No, you didn't. You just did it because you're freaking 5 years old and you're just like, I mean, I guess I want to experience what my parents are experiencing. I don't want pasta again. It makes my nose runny. Goldfish. Shit like that, right? It's like that, like if you knew like what they were teaching at school, what it was setting you up for and all the purpose of it, and you understood that for yourself, maybe you would have met in different decisions. But at this point in time, you're basically like when you're a little kid, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You just got here, you're like, show me what to do, please. Like, I don't know, I'm just following you. And that's what it is. And, the whole point of understanding why you're doing something and why you intend to do something is that you're following your own volition. You know what I'm saying? You're following your own desire to do something. And this is very important to understand because if you don't bring that into your existence, you're going to just keep following people tell you to do. And then you're not living for yourself. And then you're just like, you're all types of fucked up. You're not experiencing what you want at all. You're just going with the flow and letting the flow tell you what to do. And like, if you think about the word blessing, be less. Something like hell yeah, if you're following someone else's why for their something, you're being blessed. You are being less than that person, and you are following what they want you to do. It may not be, they might be like whether they're consciousing like what. Well, I mean, guessing. So the intentions of others is anyone's guess. You can't really do that. You can find the motive and sort of like take a stab at it, but you really can't like jump inside someone's head and guess their intentions. So that's why it's important for everyone to exist in their own space and understand their own space, because if we all existed in our own space and understood the concept of abundance and that it's our natural birthright and all the shit and that I mean, to get off track a little bit, like touching on those moments of synchronicity where situations are just handed to you, that shit would be happening all the time. Because think about it, think about all these damn celebrities that are kind of like what are they doing? They're just being themselves the best way that they can do it, and they're leveraging being themselves because no one can do what you do. No one can think the way you think. They can come kind of close, but they can't do the exact same thing you do. So it's just like, why, And it's just like, why can't you just be yourself? It would be easier for everybody if we did that shit. But that's the lesson. That's how people get lost along the way. But it is what it is. If you happen to watch this video, you might be getting on the wrong track, and I mean not on the wrong track. You'll be getting on the right track, and just understanding just yourself and why you should be doing this stuff, because self-actualization is important. And I'm gonna do a whole video on the age of Aquarius, and that'll explain why there are just people spitting their own ways of thinking about things on the internet and people following them because it sounds eloquent, concise, and they can understand where they're coming from, and it may better their lives. For me to tell you why I'm doing this is because I'm annoyed of people not understanding who they are and being themselves. It's stupid. I don't really experience a lot of stuff like that because, like, I don't know, if you ever hang out with me in person, I'm so goddamn me that it'll make it, I just naturally make people feel comfortable in being themselves. And because, you know, there's also a whole, like, I have the same, if any of you guys watch Billy on the Street, I have the exact same alignment for being able to be like, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid ass motherfucker? Why are you not being intentional and understanding your own life, you know? Like, I can just do that and people will listen to me because I am an Aries moon in the 5th house. But anyway, that's a good segue to touch on astrology and why you should you know, pay attention to it. So astrology, yeah. So think about it this way, you know, like so if you know, it's an energetic science. I mean, I shouldn't call it a science. It's like an energetic study. And, you know, that's kind of where people get fucked up and they're like, oh, Taurus is attached to banking. I mean, it can be, but not really, because this is an energetic study. It studies, like, you know, and like touching on the whole, like, intention, like, all that stuff, you know, the universe is governed by intention, right? And, you know, through, like, you know, the double slit experiment, it can prove that particles are, you know, they are affected by intention, right? And they're governed by intention. Let's talk about the double slit experiment. They shoot damn freaking, like, I forget what particle, but they just shoot, like, particles through 2 slits, and it's just like shooting light through, and then on the other side, they see where they land, right? When they didn't observe it, it's like, it's just like all random and all that stuff, right? And like, you know, it's just like going everywhere, and I think that's like something to deal with, like superposition or something. But that's besides the point. You know, the energetic takeaway from that is that everything is governed by intention, and knowing why you have to intend this way, and why, and giving it a reason gives it purpose, understanding. It'll make you feel, so you can actually, you know, like, put more energy behind why you have that intention to begin with, and it'll be more directed the way you want it. If you're just doing something, you know, like, think about it, cause and effect, positive and negative, all this yin yang shit that go back and forth, you know, the ever chasing, you know, black, emptiness, fullness, push pull. It's all a form of just, like, you know, balance in the yin yang, the opposite, positive and negative, going against each other so we can experience balance, right? But man, I'm really getting off track, but whatever. You know, it's all like freaking, you know, like, I haven't really explained a lot about astrology, but right now Mercury's in Pisces, so just explaining things in a thoughtful way isn't exactly following the path of least resistance or riding the astral wave and all that stuff. So, like, you know, like, creativity's, like, you know, it's good to think about creative things and follow your creative flow and not get too lost into your dreams right now. But like, you know, like, Mercury hates Pisces. Mercury's like, you know, it's Mercury freaking rules Virgo, and what's the opposite of Virgo? Pisces. Pisces is go with the flow, and freaking Virgo is just, you know, the sign of you know, being adaptable and changeable to your own ways of thinking and practicality. You know, so you're like, your mind's bouncing around about, like, a Gemini, being like, you know, F equals MA, but, you know, random shit, you know, like, freaking, like, I forget, I have no other example, but whatever. You know, Virgo's just like, it's like a Gemini, but only on practical things. It's weird, you know, the real anal about, like, shit and all the details and, like, physical details of, like, what has to make sense. But that's besides the point. So, long story short, like, with the double slit experiment, and, like, you know, that basically, like, you know, I mean, if that doesn't prove that the universe is governed by intention, I don't know what will. If you're, like, you know, real into practical things. So, oh yeah, if you are, like, a Virgo or an Earth sign and you need to see something practical, there's a freaking actual legit experiment that shows you that the energy is governed by intention in this realm, you know? But back to astrology. So like, the reason why I mention all this stuff is to say that, like, you know, if astrology is the technical understanding of the energetic influences in this realm, what is the lightest form of energy? And when you ask the question, what is the lightest form of energy? It's in the question. Light. Light is the lightest form of energy that we can interact with in this world, right? So if this light is governed by intention, and all of these local stars in the solar system, you know, like, they have a big enough body that freaking emits light onto this world, onto this thing, wouldn't it make sense that their intention affects this world, and whatever lights they're angling would affect this world? Like, think about it like that. Like, it's like it makes sense, you know? And it's just like, once you start understanding, like, I can't, like, there's really no way to, like, prove this to someone without you actually diving in, but I'm trying to, like, make it sound as, like, as understandable as I possibly can, and I'll get better with it along the way, you know, like, I'm gonna keep trucking along, man. I got the same freaking feeling that I did with with finance and rock climbing. So I'm gonna go far with this one, and you just wait. But yeah, and then man, I'm really getting sidetracked. Freaking Mercury and Pisces be trifling. But I shouldn't say that. I'm not gonna ride the wave if I feel about it that way. But anyways, whatchamacallit. But yeah, so here's another way to slice it. We call this, these couple planetary bodies that we exist in the solar system, right? Think about it. If you spell it SOUL system and just add a U instead of calling it the solar system with a SOL, which kind of references the sun, and it sort of would explain why people the sun is the expression, and the sun in astrology rules how you act and express things in the world, and also what you consciously see from the world. So if you think about it, if they spell solar system that way, it would make sense that all we think about the planets is, oh, that's Venus. That's what we see. It's just a planet in the solar system. Nothing more, nothing less than that, right? But if you think about it with the SOUL, you start understanding it. Solar system. The system your soul goes into to experience this realm of reality. You know what I'm saying? So if we're little freaking dots and cells to the solar system that experiencing things from a third person perspective, wouldn't it make sense that we reflect the solar system in some way, shape, or form? And hey, what freaking study that's been around for years and years and years and years and years and years and eons and civilizations over and over and over again that never dies for some odd reason, and it keeps coming back reminding us, hey, astrology, no way, right? Maybe it does make sense with this way. And there's a lot to freaking say to give you an idea of why it is what it is, but it just is, it's like existence. You can't what's the point of trying to figure out where energy came from if you're living in it, It's why do you need to know why if you're experiencing? That would take away from your experience, And I'm just oh man, I'm really spewing, but fuck, whatever. I'm gonna make these a lot more concise, but right now I'm riffing and I'm learning how to, speak my mind in a eloquent way, without, I can't, there's no way to front. I'm ill prepared right now. I just wanted to talk about this, but hey, it is what it is, and if it makes sense to you, that's what's up. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to resonate with people, and think about it. People say vibe, resonate, all that type of shit. Do you hear yourself? Do you wonder where this shit comes from? Come on, think about it. What the fuck are you resonating with? You probably have similar alignments, with the person that you're talking to. And if you resonate with something, that means it vibes with your soul. Resonate. Energy. Frequency. Vibration. You know who kept telling us about this? Tesla. Einstein. Da Vinci. All the freaking celebrities that keep hinting at astrology and all these spiritual things in songs. I shit you the fuck not. For all you young kids out here, remember YNW Melly? He had a literally song that said, pull out with the stick like a Scorpio moon. What is it? The moon hates being in Scorpio. So what is it gonna do? It's gonna get all fixed and feel all depressed and brood on shit. And if you're I don't have any personal reference with this, but if you feel like that and you're in the hood and you have a gun, you're probably gonna want to shoot a lot of people. That's just how it goes. Anyways, I'm rambling and getting off track, so I'm just gonna sum it up real quick. So think about it. Understand why you believe what you believe. I know I've been talking shit on Christians, and to make this point a little clear, a lot of people that subscribe to the Christian religion, they are what? When they can't tell you why they believe what they believe. It's all read this book, read this book, read this book. They got nothing, Everything came from that book. I welcome anyone to refute me and tell me that they have a reason for why they believe what they believe outside of that book, but until then, I'm just gonna look at it as star worship, All religion is star worship in some way, shape, or form. Man, I'm really I gotta stay on track, It's kind of like basically what I'm doing right now is sort of it's sort of when you're texting somebody over the phone or Snapchat, and you send a couple different points and they only text you back about one point. This is kind of what I'm doing right now. I just sort of, I had a concise argument, but then it wasn't as concise as it could be, but it was what it was. Anyways, but it's when you text somebody over the phone, it's just one point and they only respond. You text them 3 points and they only respond to one. It's people nowadays they can't focus on all that, and it's it makes sense. There's a lot of input going on, but it is what it is. Anyways, I gotta to sum it up. Understand, know why you believe something and why you have the intention for it, or else it's just an empty intention that you probably got from somewhere else. Astrology is the energetic. Yeah, astrology is the technical understanding of the energetic influences in this realm. Like, so when you're vibing with things, when you're riding the wave, when synchronicity happens, there's a freaking reason for that. We have all these stars guiding us in thought. They're showing us how to do what it does, and we just ride the wave, or we get washed up under it, and it's just kind of like, fuck, that's when some bullshit's happening. You're not going with the freaking currents, man. You gotta know how to do this shit, man. It's like existence is freaking, like, predefined for you, and it is. Look around. You didn't create all of what these things look like for yourself. You just bought it or paid attention to it. You're like, I want to experience that. I'm gonna pay attention to that, and this is just, like, and touching on the beginning point, this, in my point of view, will help you, like, consciously experience of what you want and exist in your own space so you can experience the natural abundance that life has to offer. It's your birthright. Life isn't supposed to be hard and stressed out and scarce, Like, and think about it, like, when you have shitty feelings, your perspective reflects that. If you have a positive state of being, the world's going to be, it's like the glass half full, half empty. If you're feeling positive and great, you're like, fuck yeah, man, it's 2017, I'm riding the Bitcoin train, hell yeah, brother, like, you're going to be making money, If you're like, fuck, man, all I got is this job, and you're just trading your time for money, I think how limited your damn time is, so you're not going to be making that much money, You got to expand your perspective. Anyways, I'm going all over the place, but it is what it is. Freaking Mercury and Pisces. Hopefully I resonate with you guys. But yeah, no, I'm gonna resonate. I know I'm gonna resonate with somebody because people can't talk shit the way I talk shit. Oh man, it is what it is. Anyways, I gotta make a couple other videos. I gotta talk about the freaking Age of Aquarius. Ooh, you're gonna like that video. I'm gonna be wilding that video. Yeah, boy. Anyways, peace. Enjoy. Hopefully. Oh yeah. Get in your own motherfucking space and know why you believe what you believe. Bye.